How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. Let's get right into it. We have a big banner to discuss. This thing right above my head, the Nascent Summoning. This has been very much requested by you guys, the viewers. I see it in the comments. We have a Nascent Summoning immediately preceded by everyone's favorite banner, right? A 1+1 event. But based on the progression of your account, it is largely possible the Nascent Summoning is the ideal banner for you. So what are these two banners? Very, very quickly, a couple seconds on each. The Surprise Invocation of Spirits is going to be a 1+1 event. You pull your first legendary. That very first one you pull, it can only happen once. That guy is guaranteed to come with a friend in extra bonus legendary. So it is a pull one, get one event, buy one, get one, whatever you want to call it. Then the Nascent Summoning, but these can be any of the normal legendary heroes and normal legendary lords, right? Anything that is an ancient exclusive or a limited hero. So it could be dupes. It could be something you already have a 10 of, right? That you keep pulling. It could be a dreaded thick boy piercer legendary, you know, he who must not be named. Or you can go to the Nascent Summoning banner, and on these kind of banners, you're guaranteed that the first legendary you pull, again, this can only happen once, it is guaranteed to be brand spanking new. That means not just a hero you don't have on your account because maybe you burned some heroes you didn't like, you sold them off. It is a hero you have never pulled before. That can be very, very, very exciting depending on the available kinds of heroes you have yet to pull. So I have this amazing sheet. I've been working on it this morning, updating it for now, July 2024. I have all the probabilistic weights for every hero in the game. This is based off of the most recent time it was available in the game file, that being March of this year, March 2024. From these probabilistic weights, I can extrapolate the chance or the rate you will have to pull that legendary if you hit legendary. So this is the entire normal legendary pool. We have our rare legendary lords, our ultra rare non-lords, that's just Hotset now, because I believe Boreas has been bumped down to normal rare non-lord. Then we've got our normal rate lords. Now we've got our rare legendaries, non-lords, and our common bucket legendaries, the common non-lord legendaries. And you can see they have their designated weights, and obviously the common ones are going to be more common with a higher % chance to drop than the lower ones. I've got an entire calculator you're going to see over here at the bottom of your page where I use my own account as an example, and I can show you how you can make a copy of my sheet and make a copy of my calculator and find out exactly your chances to get what you might be looking for, and also your chance to get the bad heroes you are not interested in. So hopefully this empowers you with the information to make your decision if you should go for this Nascent Summoning banner or if you should go for the Surprise Special Invocation of Spirits, the 1+1 banner that precedes it. Big decision, guys, big updates. You're going to want to see these rates. You're going to want to see the calculator. So let's get into it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Alrighty, guys, let's get right into it. First things first, how does the Nascent Summoning banner work? Let me show you. As you can see, the Nascent Invocation of Spirits, your first legendary hero, guaranteed to be an unowned one. This actually is, to me, kind of an incorrect translation. It's guaranteed to be one you have never pulled before. So let's say you pulled, I don't know, my favorite hero, Cratch. You decided you didn't want him. You wanted to sell him off for tokens, the legendary awakening tokens. So you sold him off and now he is unowned, right? He still can't be pulled from this. So a lot of you guys do not have to worry about that. I've confirmed it with the devs many months ago. It still is true to this day. You are guaranteed to pull one that you have never pulled before. So something completely brand spanking new. This is going to be a 2-day event going from Sunday, July 14th until Monday, July 15th. Very low requirement to unlock it. Basically, in the time-limited Nascent Invocation of Spirits event, the first legendary hero summoned is guaranteed to be, as I said, one you have never summoned before. This bonus effect, and this is a key thing, can only be activated one time, so it's not like you can just keep ripping legendaries until you have filled out your entire Pokédex. It is a one-time activation. It can only happen one instance. Then, very important here, the base drop rate of the heroes within the same rarity remain the same as the Invocation of Spirits. This is the key thing. It's not like you have an equalized odds now, an equalized chance of getting any of the unowned heroes available to you. That is not how it works. That is why I made my list of the weights and rates. That is why I made the calculator and the table that I'm going to show you how to use. Because no, if you are only missing Shamir and Tordor, it is not a 50-50. That is not even close to how it works, unfortunately, for all of us. All right, so which unowned heroes can you be getting, right? What is the selection? What is the pool of heroes we are pulling from? from? Well, it is all the normal heroes. You might hear me and other content creators, other players say that a lot. What is a normal hero? These are the heroes available to you from your blue summons and your gold summons, your rare summoning crystals and your legendary summoning crystals. And there's one other specific caveat. It does not include limited heroes. So these are those 250 guaranteed heroes. Heroes like Falcia and Reeve and Gwendolyn and Lust and Honora and Dahlia. I think I got them all. Key thing, you did not hear me mention the red crystals, the ancient summoning crystals, because any of those ancient exclusive heroes are non-available. Some heroes can be pulled from both normal summons and ancient summons, you know, like your normal lords like Venoma. However, your ancient exclusive lords like Cyrus, those are not going to fly. You know, we have some chaotic heroes like, where is Valeria? Like Valeria, she's available from normal summons, so she will be in this pool. However, someone like Dasami, who is ancient exclusive, will not. All right, so let's head over to our sheet. These are the rates of every heroes to the best of my knowledge. I used a bit of inference, and then I used all our historic rates we had from the last time they were made available to us in the game file. That was in the March 2024 update. Basically, we have 5 rarity groups. You can see I just added in ultra rare, and I've color coded this so it's really easy to navigate. The way it goes in order of rarity is actually going to be your rare lords, then your ultra rare heroes, which is just Hatsit. She is in a rarity class of her own. She's so OP, they made her as rare as possible. Is that annoying? Yes, it is what it is. Then we've got the common lords, then we've got our rare, normal, non-lord legendaries, and we have our common, normal, non-lord legendaries, and you can see this is how it shakes out. There has been a touch of inference, so what is the inference I am employing here? Well, the first one I kind of already covered. I'm assuming the weights and rates are somewhat in line with what they were back in March. There's no reason anecdotally to think that they are not. I haven't noticed anything. I have done literally tens and tens and tens, if not hundreds of thousands of summons for viewers since then. So I'm pretty confident things are still in line. And then the other key inference is some of the new heroes. So the reason this is updated for July 2024 is we have new normal heroes, like you might see over here, Lucius and Magda and Ares. Based on the many summons I've done and what I've heard from the community, you know, I've been on a lot of viewers' accounts. I believe I put these in the correct buckets. So just to break it down, I think I've got all the new ones here. Lucius and Magda very much seem like they're rare bucket heroes. Their rarity seems in line with like a Silas or a Constance, something like that. Whereas Ares seemed like a common bucket hero. Another newish addition, I believe she was already added the last time we did this, was Seraphina. She seems to shake out as a common bucket hero, common rarity. When I say bucket, I'm talking about the rarity group they are in. That's just like the stats expression I am using. But yeah, there's a touch of inference there. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Obviously, I think I nailed it, but what do I know? Hubris, right? Let's get into the actual example, and let me show you how this thing works so you can make a copy of the sheet and use it for yourself. If you don't know how to do that, when I share the sheet, and it will be shared in the description and the top pinned comment, you cannot edit this sheet because this is like my master copy. What you'll have to do, it will be on viewer only mode. You have to go to File, Make a Copy, and then save it as Doug's copy or whatever your name is, you know, Big Dick Daddy Boy's copy. Save it for yourself, then you're good to go, and that will be editable because you will own it. However, I own the base copy, so I can continue editing it in the future. Let's go to the example and let's see how it works. Over here on the left, this is exactly the same as the first page. Nothing has changed. And also, if you want to know how the rates work, I know the weights, then we add up the total weight. Then for a specific hero, we divide their weight by the total weight, and that gives us the specific rate out of 100%. So you can see these all add up to 250.92 weight points. But most importantly, once we get the percentages, it adds up to 100%. Because if you pull a legendary, there was a 100% chance you pulled that legendary. Now we need to know the specific rate. It was any one of these guys. So for my nascent example, this is the pool of heroes that are available to me. I believe is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11. I've been chipping away at these slowly, filling out my Pokédex, but they keep adding new heroes. You'll see there's a theme here. We have got 5 lords, because if there's one thing I do well, it's never pulling lords. Then we've got 2 rare ones, and we've got 4 common ones. And of these, the lords are the lords. They've stayed the same. The only new lords we get so far are the ancient exclusives and then the epics. But if we look at these non-lord ones, right, almost all these are new heroes. Actually, none of these heroes except for Salazar came out with release of the game. Razak came very quickly. but then Fasti didn't come for a few months. Seraphina's very new. Magnus is very new. And Magda is very new. So you can see a theme here. How did I figure out the heroes I was missing? Well, let me show you how to do that right now. Just go to your gallery. And honestly, the easiest way, just go class by class and count it through. You can use my list as a reference on the side, on a separate screen or a separate window if that helps. Just go through it and you go, oh, Salazar I don't have, Araka I don't have, Ymeric doesn't count, Luguru doesn't count, Elder doesn't count. All those guys obviously are ancient exclusive. Helga is a shard summoning fusion. Micah is a traditional permanent fusion. As of now, they're not in the pool, so they are not available. Yurden doesn't count. He's ancient exclusive. Admiral Claw doesn't count. Magmus counts. He's number 3. Valdorn doesn't count. Magda counts. And Thalin's ancient exclusive. So I'm not going to do that for everyone, but you can see that's just kind of how I go through. I'll go really quickly. Doesn't count. Torador counts. Let's see, Sargok doesn't count, Micah doesn't count, Yovar doesn't count, so no marksman for me here besides Razak, who honestly I wouldn't mind pulling, more on that in a second. For mages, Ajax counts, Soul Cadens no, Venoma counts, Dirtsa no, Demi no, Seraphina counts, Praetus unfortunately no, Init no. We continue, Leia does count, Dasami no, Fasti yes, Eunomia no, and Carnelian no. That's basically what I did. That's how I went through. Again, you can just use this list on the side if that helps you in a separate window or separate screen. I kind of know it off the top of my head, but that gives us our list of 11. So you can see I've got 1 rare lord, I've got 4 normal lords, I've got 2 rare heroes, and I've got 4 common heroes. So do some math. Only 4 out of these 11 are common heroes. So you'd think I've got a pretty good chance not to pull a common hero. You'd be wrong because you need to consider the weights. The common heroes have weights of 7. So even though 7 out of the 11 are rares or lords, that isn't how this is going to shake out. So once I add all these weights together, we get 40.66. Then I divide each hero's specific weight by 40.66. And now I get my chance if I hit or if and when I hit the Nascent Summoning Legendary, who it will be. So there's a 2.4% chance, 2.5% chance or so it's Leia, just over a 3.5% chance it's any of the other 4 lords I'm missing, just about nearly a 7% chance it's Magda or Salazar, but then these 4 commons, which for many people they won't want the common legendaries, it's over 17% chance I'll hit on each of them. I made another bucket chance table over here, guys, which I didn't have on the last version of this, which I hope helps some of you guys. Basically, you can add up the weights of a specific class and it will tell you a chance to get the hero from that class. So for rare lords, it is just Leia, but then for common lords, you can see I added up F4 through F7, this table over here. So these 4, I get a weight of 6. For the rare heroes, I added up these 2, the 2.75s times 2, so I get a weight of 5.5. And for the commons, I added up these 4, it comes out to 28.16. You can then take the total weight again, divide the class weight by the total weight, and now you know your chance to pull a hero from that rarity group. So a rare lord, it's still the same, it's just Leia. I already have Morrigan, it's 2.46%. This is pretty exciting to me. Over a 10% chance, nearly a 15% chance at 14.76% to get a common lord because I'm missing a ton of them and my group is pretty small. Rare heroes, I'm actually more likely to pull a common lord than to pull a Magda or a Salazar. That's coming in at 13.53%, but then nearly 70% still, a 7 out of 10 chance, so more than likely I will pull one of these common heroes. So now I need to take this information, and this is what you guys should do too when you fill in your own heroes and you do your own chances, try to decide, is it worth it? So the way it works for me is I go through these heroes and I see, who do I want? I would be happy, honestly, with any of these guys. I'd say I wouldn't be thrilled with Salazar, but I won't be upset at all. But certainly the Lords in Magma, I would be thrilled. Salazar, I would not mind at all. And actually, and this is what is going to help me make my decision, the complete information, this is what helps me so much, 2 of these common bucket bad legendaries I want. I desperately want Fasti for Guild Boss 2. I think he is brilliant. And I want Razak. I've always wanted Razak to help me with the XP bonus. And actually, he'll help my Furious Torrent team a lot. So what we can actually do is we can just take the 100% chance, right? And we can subtract the 2 heroes I don't want. So I don't want Seraphina. And then we subtract. And I don't want Magnus. So what is my actual chance now to pull a hero I want? Not too bad, right? It's 65.37%. So if you go through those common bucket legendaries, because more than likely you're not going to have a 50% chance to hit a non-common bucket legendary since they have such high weights, unless you're a crazy spender, whale, puller, galore kind of person, find the common legendaries you'd be okay with, and that can help you find your decision. So for me, it's still well over 50%. Easily, I could hit Seraphina or Magnus, but if I take into account all the very desirable heroes, add in Salazar as well, and then the 2 common legendaries that I actually really do want, that gives me a 65.37% chance. To me, that is really, really great. So that is how you use the sheet, guys. As I said, the link will be in the top pinned comment and the description. You have to go to the sheet, you go make a copy, and then you can have your own copy, and you call it Big Daddy Boy Baby Copy. I'm such a good typer. There you go. And that's all yours. Mess it up. Have a lot of fun. So what can be the final takeaway from this when going for the 1+1 or the nascent? Do this nascent math now before the 1+1 starts tomorrow, and figure out already if you think the nascent is worth it for you. If you know it's not worth it for you, probably go for the 1+1 or just continue to save. If you know it is, then probably skip the 1+1, because unless you're pretty early game, mid game, or like the early part of late game, I don't know how much you're going to count on the 1+1 hitting for you. The 1+1, as always, is going to have an incredibly high chance of hitting common legendaries. These legendaries over here in the bright blue that you don't really want. You know, I'll do a quick add up here. You're not going to like what you see. You'll have a very, very likely chance to pull one of these. So this is just your normal rates, right? 78.36% chance you're going to pull a common legendary, and a lot of those common legendaries aren't Faircy. A lot of them kind of suck. So make that calculation, do the nascent math, figure it out for yourself. I really hope this helps. I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.